My name is James. I was born in the city, but I grew up here, in Hyalite Canyon.
Where are we going today, boys and girls? No idea. Why are we going ice climbing? Because it's fall.
50 years of well-worn trails crisscross this canyon. But it takes only a few steps before the parking lot vanishes behind a wall of trees. When deep snow erases the trail, climbers follow the rock piles left by those who came before. When I'm not in school, I'm out here teaching, hoping to pass along a little of what I've learned in the mountains.
So we're going to work the concaves, and we're going to work these kind of like little slab features.
Mostly how to stay safe.
It's a little bit of a bulge. You probably could have gotten something in here or in here. But again,
To be honest, ice climbing really boils down to one thing. Remember to lead with your feet. With 26 knives strapped to your body, it's easy to get overconfident. A climb can go from being fat and sticky to brittle and terrifying as it moves from sun to shade. Any experienced climber will tell you that the real art of ice climbing is being able to read the ice. You've got to know when it's safe to climb, or if the whole thing is ready to come down. Ice climbing has its dangers, definitely. Like the time I slipped on a brittle lead and had to drag my shattered ankles back down to the valley. Funny, I remember that, but I can't remember my first ice climb. No other creature on the planet climbs frozen waterfalls. When I'm climbing, I don't remember time. I don't remember anything. I mean, I remember the place. I remember the face of the belayer. The ice shelf where I rested. And the way the waterfall itself pounded at the ice. Locked away until spring. But the climb itself, it's gone. I think that's maybe why I started filming my climbs. So that I could remember them. Or maybe so my time here could be remembered. As it turns out, I'm not the only one.
I have a picture of Dan leading a sort of a Scottish ice gully on that climb, which was very exciting. It gave us our first taste of that kind of thing.
Dr. Patrick Callis says that he doesn't remember his first ice climb either.
I had not really been on anything that steep in ice. Wasn't quite sure what would happen if one fell.
Then again, he's been climbing for longer than I've been alive. Longer than my parents have been alive. He was the first to ice climb in Hyalite Canyon. A legend. And he's also my chemistry professor.
When I first stepped onto the ice, it was with trepidation.
I visited Dr. Callis in his home, a true climber's den.
It almost seemed natural to take pictures, so we always took pictures in all the climbs. There was a sense of wanting to just record what was happening. I don't remember in detail the feelings I had on that first few feet of ice climbing. I think I was just completely into the moment. and intensely concentrating on doing it and not falling. My name is Pat Callis. I'm 73 years old, and I'm a professor of chemistry, physical chemistry at Montana State University.
When I'm not in the mountains, I take classes here at Montana State University, working to finish up a degree in biophysics. When he's not in the mountains, Dr. Callis is here too, working to unravel the secrets of protein folding. He's figured out a way to see what's really happening, to peek into their world and to follow along as these tiny, tangled-up proteins fold into their functional forms.
One of the great mysteries of biology is how proteins fold. These folding experiments always lead to hypotheses about what is actually going on, but there is no proof of what's going on. And this is kind of a holy grail. This little protein has been studied by a number of laboratories because it folds quickly. In the paper are a number of graphs. This particular figure shows 4 graphs that tell the story of what we found. It isn't just the closeness, but it's also the energy change in transferring the electron. One reason people are very interested in this is that once that is understood, we can design proteins to do functions that don't even exist in nature right now.
Okay, action.
Hi, Pat.
Hi, Pat.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you. I've heard a lot about you.
Oh, I've heard
Here.
plenty about you.
So we're going to go climbing together, right?
This year
Yeah,
and,
marks the
go.
40th anniversary of the first ever ice climb in Hyalite Canyon. So I've recruited a few friends, all of them experienced ice climbers,
Oh, beautiful.
but they'd never seen anything like this. His garage is a treasure trove of
Here's
classic
the
gear.
Original Chenard ice hammer. I like that too, but this absolutely required this kind of leverage, and it wasn't easy either. You got as tired putting these things in as you did just climbing. So here's a pair of crampons. Those are the ones that we used in the first climbs in Hyalite. So I'm sure you're going to enjoy climbing with this. Right, so we're ready to go.
Here were the exact tools he'd used to make that first ascent back in 1971. And here they were, 40 years later, to the day,
From the factory, you could slip them out pretty easily.
heading back out into the canyon to do it all again.
Exactly right. This thing's going to pop. So he has to really be careful at first and practice a little bit just to get the feel of it. This really looks authentic.
When Dr. Callis first came here, there were no trails. No rock piles to mark the way through the forest. He simply named the climbs as he found them, hiking deeper into the mountains. Genesis 2. The place of beginning.
Well, that too.
Feel it out.
Yeah, that won't
might
take
have to-
you more than a half hour. All those buckles.
Seeing Pat decked out in my old knickers and wool sweater that my mother-in-law knitted for me, it really brought back memories. And seeing those old tools being used, actually, I would have to say I was scared. Because I tried, I took a couple of swings with the axe just before he went up, and it was loose. It was slipping out just like I remembered it. In ice climbing, it's so important not to fall as you head up and you feel your muscles starting to fatigue and you're not sure whether you can get to the rest spot, and whatever risks is there you're willing to take. The fear I'm talking about is not like you're afraid of dying. There aren't really words to describe why one does it. You just look up there and you want to go there.
Watching my film up there on the screen, it felt as real to me then as this moment does now. I felt that forever forward push of time. The almost imperceptible lag between now and my experience of now. When I'm climbing, I don't feel time. I'm just there. These are the moments I've forgotten, the moments of pure focus. Only humans have invented the tools that put us here, suspended by my tools in a forbidden place. In limbo between earth and heaven. These are the moments of absolute experience, sublime beyond memory. And yet, here they are, perfectly preserved.
My name is Patrick Callis. I'm 74 years old, and I'm a professor of physical chemistry at Montana State University.
Forever frozen in time. But right now is my time to write new stories.
If you live in a dream, keep your eyes closed till you know what it means. Real life rules from none of these things. As the days go by, the watchman calls and you learn how to die. It doesn't take long before you run out of time. Desert sand will soon be shore. Anymore, you can let it take you under, but the voice who calls will never let you go. Don't run from the light. Be your own force and be your own guide. The ghosts of the past won't be by your side. Never mind about the way it should be done. There's a servant waiting around for